Mayor, members of the St. Charles Parish Council, Parish President Jew. The Department of Parks and Recreation is dedicated to providing quality recreation programs, activities, parks, and facilities that allow all residents of St. Charles Parish to enhance their quality of life. Our department is supported by a 2.90 property tax millage. The department is comprised of 63 employees with a mix of full-time, part-time, and seasonal workers who are all responsible for programming, activities, community enhancement events, and the maintenance of 320 acres of recreational land at 52 sites. The sites include parks, boat launches, multi-use pads, and the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center. The department participates in multiple beneficial partnerships, including affiliations with the New Orleans Saints and Pelicans, USA Heads Up Football, NFL Play 60, Insight People Management, Trusted Coaches, and Ashna Performance Training. These partnerships aid and enhance our programming available for our residents. The Department of Parks and Recreation engages our community by offering an array of programs for all ages and abilities. Some of our popular programs include flag football, volleyball, tennis, swamp school, t-ball, and all-star programs. Both seniors and special athletes are offered an array of opportunities to participate within the department throughout the year. Some of the highlights are our Mardi Gras, annual dance, senior bowling, senior Olympics, shooting stars, Special Olympic swimming, and bocce ball. Some of our more current opportunities within the department include art workshops for both children and adults, multiple sports clinics, and adult line dance classes. The Department of Parks and Recreation continuously strives to maintain and add to the diversity of its offerings in hopes that all find a way to engage in our community offerings. To help ensure the safety of our athletes, the Department of Parks and Recreation maintains the mandatory background checks for all coaches within our department. Since 2018, the department has successfully vetted 587 volunteer coaches' background screenings. Supporting the coaches in our program is vital, and with the help of Coach's Corner, we strive to empower our coaches with fundamental tools and resources to implement into their coaching strategies. The platform provides certification opportunities, resources for productive practices and in-game coaching, and a knowledge base for concussion protocol, first aid, and heat exhaustion awareness. Coach's Corner also provides rules and regulations for our programs. Along with recreation opportunities, the department also provides emergency preparedness services, such as monitoring high traffic sandbag locations and delivery of sandbags to the elderly during these times. During the 2020 hurricane season, the department coordinated and opened a shelter for Hurricane Sally at Hammond High School, along with opening an in-parish shelter at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center for Hurricane Zeta. In 2020, the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center aided in the fight against COVID-19, offering a site for both COVID-19 testing and a parish-sponsored blood drive. The department completed many exciting projects in 2020, including upgrades to the East Harding Park in New Sarpy with a refurbished basketball court. The court was funded by the Louisiana Hoopla Grant, sponsored by the New Orleans Pelicans. The park will serve as an enjoyable outlet for residents of all ages, especially with the addition of a new playground across the street at our Collins Park in 2021. Restrooms were added to our Muntz Park location to ensure our park patrons would have adequate facilities to enhance their use of the park. This will also benefit our visitors who frequent the multi-use levee path once completed. Muntz Park will also see some improvements in 2021, such as paved parking lot and additional park lighting. Our Kelowna Park enjoyed many upgrades in 2020, including improvements to the pavilions, new picnic tables, bench seating around the basketball court, and a new playground set. Kelowna Park will also see an added walking path in 2021 at a distance of 0.33 miles. Another highlight of 2021 was breaking ground on one of our most anticipated projects, the Ed Reed Park in St. Rose. The park will include a playground, landscaped areas, 2 full-size basketball courts, a walking and jogging path, and a multi-use synthetic turf field. The park is a collaboration between St. Charles Parish and the Ed Reed Foundation. Nottoway Park, our cute little neighborhood park in Destrehan, had a total renovation. New playground equipment and a swing set were installed. Construction of a pavilion with a picnic table, bench seating around the playground set, and new fencing. Looking forward to 2021, our Master Plan Committee is working to update our 2010 Master Plan. We have engaged our residents with a survey that ran for approximately a month. We had 600 respondents to our survey with some key findings. We found out our most visited park is West Bank Bridge Park. Favorite new or upgraded parks? That would be Ormond or Rathbone Park. The activity people participated in most in the last 6 months, walking. Our communities of Luling and Destrehan were the most to participate. Also, website and social media were their favorite forms of communication. 67% of our respondents were female. We look forward to completing our work with our committee and implementing our findings to better serve our community. Planning of our future projects is already underway in 2021. Projects include the Veterans Memorial Park, which will honor all branches of the military, Gold Star families, and prisoners of war. The park will be the future site of Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremonies. Rathbone Park will undergo many upgrades this year, including installation of covered bleachers, a lighted walking path, construction of a new restroom and storage facility, along with additional parking to accommodate a new influx of patrons. J.B. Green Park will enjoy a new playground being installed this year to enhance the park's offerings. The department will be adding a restroom storage facility to the Ashton Soccer Park to better accommodate our participants and residents utilizing the park area for enjoyment. The Mississippi River Trailhead will be located right across from our West Bank Bridge Park. This site will provide a restroom facility, gazebo, bench seating, bike rack, and additional parking to our user groups who frequent the multi-use path and Mississippi River Overlook. Additionally, we will be adding bench seating and trash receptacles along our Mississippi River Levee Trail on both East Bank and West Bank multi-use paths.
The mission of the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center is to create a positive leisure, cultural, and educational experience which will enhance the quality of life for all people in and around the St. Charles Parish region by providing a broad range of programs in the arts, recreation, enrichment, and lifelong learning. Striving to create and sustain community traditions through special events, outreach activities, and facility rentals, as well as building a community through collaboration and celebration. This past year, we saw a drop of approximately $67,000 in revenue due to COVID-19. Several large-scale events, as well as small events, were canceled, many in which have been rescheduled for later this year. The breakdown of revenue collected at the community center is obtained by 5 sources: rentals, food and beverage, concessions, and vending. Most of the revenue collected from the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center is obtained through rental costs. For 2020, that cost included industry workshops, industry testing, conferences, and organization meetings. Facility usage, of course, was decreased due to the pandemic and limited the number of events and guests at the community center. We saw approximately 26,000 fewer guests than the previous year. In regards to usage of the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center in 2020, a total of 252 events took place. Most of those events were government-related, such as the St. Charles Parish inauguration, Mardi Gras dance for seniors, health screenings for parish employees, annual trash bash, mass distribution, supply drive for Hurricane Laura victims, blood drives, COVID-19 testing, Veterans Luncheon, Senior Christmas Appreciation Day, Toy and Gift Fund, volleyball and basketball games, line dancing, art workshops, and numerous trainings. Employees at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center have obtained certifications and are members of organizations that are beneficial, such as Serve Safe Food Safety Certification and the International Association of Venue Management. As we continue to push through the pandemic challenges, we are optimistic that we'll see more growth and sustainability in the months to come, as well as continue moving forward with more events and activities that are a great asset to our community.
As you can see, 2020 was a challenging and difficult year for all of us. With our unwavering commitment to our community, we were still able to stimulate the physical, mental, and social well-being of our residents through Parks and Recreation. This would not be possible if it wasn't for the dedication of our management team, Mr. Robert Brown, Ms. Anidra Coleman, Mr. Carl Pillier, and Mr. Kenny Guidry, and our entire department staff, especially our gym attendants who took on greater roles such as temperature checks, adhering to COVID-19 protocols and policies, and intense cleaning prior, during, and after indoor events during the COVID-19 pandemic. We are thankful for the continued support of our St. Charles Parish Council and Parish President Jew for our parks, our programming, and our activities that help make up the wonderful fabric of St. Charles Parish.
Ms. Perrier.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you both for that. I just want to say how important recreation has been this past year. I know you all saw it as well. I've seen such an influx in the usage of our facilities, and we're so lucky to have such first-class, state-of-the-art facilities all around. As the pandemic began and I rode around, I saw so many families on bicycles heading toward parks, at the parks. So we're just very, very lucky to have what we do. So thank you for that and all the activities that you guys have been creatively and safely hosting for everybody. That being said, I have a couple of questions. I know you mentioned in your presentation the two parks in my district, Rathbourne, which we've budgeted for a couple of times and we've rolled it over. So I see that the plans for the parking, extended parking, as well as bathrooms and another facility are coming this year. About where on your timeline do you think that's going to be?
It's all contingent upon the grant. So we're waiting on the grant. That was at first $250,000. Last May, the state bumped it up another 80 grand to 330.
Okay.
So as soon as we get that, I know Carla knows how important that is to our department, to our administration, President Jew, and to y'all,
Yeah.
both you and Ms. Cooley. So we are on her about it. We're just waiting for the word from the state that the grant has been issued so we can move forward.
Okay, Carla probably feels like she never left. When she left,
Yeah, well,
it was
you know,
in
she had
progress.
worked on it, so she's familiar with it.
That's
so
right. Glad to have her
good.
back for that reason.
Yeah.
And then in addition, the Ashton restroom facility, about where do you think that'll fall on your calendar?
If everything goes right, I'm hoping by the end of the year. We just got a proposal from Energy. You remember last time, it was kind of steep. That was cut nearly in half.
Oh, good.
So we're excited about that. I have gave the engineer the progress and said we want to move forward, so that should start getting stuff together, going out for bid, and then look to break ground hopefully mid to late summer, and hopefully we can be complete by the end of the year.
And what we have in the budget that we rolled over, is that sufficient with this new? Okay, good.
Yeah, and we had
Okay.
added 100,000 for the electrical, so that came in a lot lower, so that gives us a little money to play with, which is great.
Fantastic.
Okay,
Well, I
thank
thank
you.
y'all both for all that you do.
Thank
We
you.
have good facilities, and I enjoy them myself. Thank you.
Mr. Gibbs.
Mr. Foy, I don't think your staff gets enough appreciation. I came through the Recreation Department with you for about 8 years. Had some difficult times. Once I realized just how difficult you all have it, I think I've apologized many times to you. And now that we have other parents coming through, I'm getting a lot of feedback from them that I experienced, and very similar still. And they just don't understand that you don't have an unlimited budget. If you had an unlimited budget, we would have grass fields, we'd have turf fields, we'd have just first class like Chalmette, but we don't. And unfortunately, you can't get in front of the hundreds of people that think we do. So hopefully the 10% that watch this understand that you work with what you got. It can't be self-sustaining. Everybody thinks we could have tournaments and we could have a unlimited budget. Well, it's just not reality. So to sum it up, thank you. Thank your staff. I got to know all those guys real well too, and appreciate what you do.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Yep.
Ms. Gordon?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Foray, thank you for everything that you and your department does. In the near future, which I know not this year, do you see any upcoming plans for Red Church, Boutique, Keller, and Holy Rosary Parks?
That would be hard to say. It depends on funding. I know we were able to do some good things at Red Church a few years ago, and even at Boutique, we did some nice things. We added lights probably 8 years ago. Mr. Raymond, actually, when he was in your position, put the money in to get the lights at the field. We did an updated playground set. So it's you know, it just have to use the money you have. I mean, I'll definitely be willing to sit down with you and get your thoughts and then see how we can make that happen for your residents.
Mr. Jewell?
I just want to tout my Director of Recreation. As Mr. Gibbs said, you know, they really don't get enough praise. And the fact that they're able to do so much, I mean, think about that, 52 sites in St. Charles Parish. That is an enormous amount of parks in St. Charles Parish. Per capita is probably more than any parish around here. Over 328 acres of area that they have to maintain, and they do it with 2.9 mils. It really is amazing. You know, maybe one day we'll be able to get some turf fields. I know that's been a request of a lot of people. We've talked about it too. We definitely want to see something like that at one of our parks where, like we said, West Bank Bridge Park or East Bank Bridge Park, where a majority of our people are going and using and utilizing. You know, Chalmette does have a great park in Val Reese. They got that after their community was devastated by Hurricane Katrina, and they got a huge FEMA grant to do that. And if you go out there, and I know Councilman Gibbs, you've been out there, it is Hurricane Katrina proof. I mean, they've used extra tough steel and everything on that, but you know, those things cost a lot of money. And again, you do a great job with what you have. One of the things we've been doing as well is for some of our parks, our parks on the exterior of the parish, we've been contracting out our grass cutting, and that's allowed us to save money. And it's additionally allowed us to maintain our parks and keep more maintenance at our parks that we know our residents are using. So that's a huge improvement as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mr. Foray, for all you do in St. Rose.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.